Hello guys, welcome back. Today we'll be reviewing this race at the Yas Marina Daily Race B, which I did earlier I did this race earlier this morning. So I finished the race in third, great result. I started in sixth, and you'll notice the livery I have is for the Mercedes. I'm driving the Mercedes-AMG GT3 2020 variant, and I'm using a wrap. I forgot who it's designed by, but it's the exact livery that Rory Alexander and his crew, so he goes by Rexiest, and his crew did on the iRacing 24 Hours of Nürburgring. I really loved the livery. I was hoping someone would make it for GT7, and they did. So I took it, and it's absolutely amazing. You'll notice I am the only driver in the top 10 that's not using a Porsche. Well, top 10 finishing the race. You'll notice that the only two other cars that weren't Porsches were this R8 and the Supra, and there's a few 991s squiggled in everywhere. I think there's only two of them. So let's just get into it. Let's review this race. So I'll just turn on these settings. So yeah, I think I was the. Oh no, that Supra isn't. I think the R8 it was as well. I think that's the R8 back there. But I was just thinking, this person up in front of me, I thought I might be able to have a good battle with them at some point, but I couldn't confirm anything. Turn 1, I kind of went off track a bit. Luckily, I didn't get a penalty for it. I did slow down a little bit extra after cutting there. You'll notice here they pull slightly away. So I just slowed down a little bit just to try and help my chances of not getting a penalty. Luckily, I didn't, but the person in front of me did about now. Yep. And so did that person up in that Porsche up there, and old man Rishi. So I was pretty confident if I could just stick with these guys, I'd be able to get a few positions. I didn't really. I didn't really stick with them much. They were pulling away by quite a lot. Best I could do was just try and stay with them, but you never know. I got ghosted here because I was going partly through this dude, and then when we got unghosted at the wrong time. So we unghosted when he was off track and I was on, so it was kind of me just like stopping and getting back on. There's nothing we could really do there. So I gained positions from that, but I didn't gain any more from the penalties that these guys had, simply because of just my car just being really bad on the acceleration and top speed compared to these Porsches. But my car is definitely a lot better in the corners. Porsche's just more balanced, but Mercedes is just if you can master Mercedes, you can drive it really well, a lot better than the Porsches. The Porsche's just good at everything. Mercedes is good at certain stuff. Coming to turn 1 again, and at this point I was trying to catch up to the white Porsche in front of me, and my goal was just overtake him. That was my only goal, to get past him, get into 4th, and then catch up to that top 3. So if I could get in that top 3, it would be amazing for this race. I saw that the white Porsche had a penalty and 2 drivers went off into barriers. So let's just pause here. And let's go back to this guy. 10 seconds ago, he hits number 1, they go off. So let's just see what happens for that 2. Okay, so it looks like the first place hit him going near the corner. He was pretty mad by the looks of it, because this incident happened where he just rammed straight into him. They both go off track and into the barrier. Anyways, let's go back to me now in third place, and I saw the white Porsche had a penalty, so I was planning to take full advantage of that, like any driver in my position would do. I just needed to stick as close to him as I could. I braked a little too much going into that corner. That was fine though, but definitely lost a lot of time on that exit because I did not manage to pass the white Porsche. I do not believe I did. He went down the inside here, and I was thinking maybe I can overtake him in the corner, but I hate overtaking in corners just in case I cause an incident. So I'm definitely going to have to learn a lot in that area. Heading towards the hotel section of the track, and I was pretty high hopes because I'd just come from 6th and managed to get up to 3rd from an incident and just a normal, well, 2 incidents really. I would say normal overtake, but it was a bit of an incident for both of us, so me and the white Porsche both went off track there. I believe we got penalties for that. No, we didn't get penalties. That's fine. Definitely should have, because we both went off track by quite a margin. Yeah, I definitely went off track there. And this track is very sensitive with the penalties for going off track, going outside track limits. I believe it's on the championship track limits, which just made it even worse. This track was already pretty bad with the penalties. And I believe we just kept like this the rest of the race. I don't know if anything else exciting happened. I got a penalty there. I didn't know I got a penalty at something. But see, the big gap I had between me and that guy back there. I was just so far ahead that this penalty didn't even really matter. Like, maybe I could have got 2nd if I didn't get that penalty. I might have managed to catch up to the top 2. But no. This penalty kind of stopped me dead, but I was far enough ahead to not get affected too much, and the driver behind me, he had a penalty by the looks of it as well. So at this point I was pretty optimistic. I was in a good position, it looked like I was going to get podium, everything was going a-okay. Honestly, it'd been a pretty good race so far. I was actually enjoying this race. No good battles, but it's just a nice relaxing race for once, rather than having all the dirty drivers, which I normally have. So as we came back to the final turn, we were about to start a final lap. And I kind of knew at this point there was no catching those top 2. Starting the final lap, I went really wide here. Definitely went off track there. I slowed down a lot just so I didn't get that penalty. I do not believe I did, but I possibly could have. I'm not really good with this track in GT3 and GT4 cars. I'm a lot better in the better cars, like that have more handling. So like the GT2s, GT1s. Well, I suppose in this game they're GRs. The Super Formula, etc. I'm much better in those cars, probably because those cars are better overall. But it's just not a track that's really built that well for these types of cars. I noticed here, 2nd place, he went off track. So I got the position. I remember now, I got the position, and I was in 2nd, and this was final lap, so I was getting really excited. I hoped he didn't pull anything dirty, which he later did on the very final turn and stripped away my position. We'll see that in a minute. Less than a minute. But this whole time I was watching him on my radar, just hoping he didn't do anything stupid. He tried going down the inside there, which not a good idea. He tried to go down the inside there, and then I hit the inside for this corner. He rammed me in the rear, and he was really desperate to get past, but I just kept blocking him and blocking him. Not even trying to block him, I was just doing a normal racing line, and he was getting pretty mad here. See, he rammed me. I had to go he pushed me here, got ghosted, and he got second place by a split second. I was so extremely mad at this point. But I knew that I'd still got a third, which was an upgrade from sixth. I'll tell you that. So I couldn't complain too much. And even in the final, even in the while we were waiting for everyone else, my car overtook me. That's how close we were. So my position got taken away by a dirty driver who got mad because he crashed. And it wasn't anyone else that crashed into him. He just couldn't control his car. In fact, I don't think anyone crashed into him. Let's go back and look. Maybe the white car pushed him. Let's go. Let's go and check it, shall we? Final lap. Oh, he got a 3-second penalty. Oh, it looks like he did. He pushed him. And then he just tried to loop around, and I got past him. But this guy got a 3-second penalty, which he served at the end of the race, but he was so far ahead it didn't even matter. So, 2 dirty drivers. This guy, and the one behind. This guy here, he was just mad. He wasn't dirty, he was just mad that his position got stripped away. So the best he could do was try and get second, which is still wrong. It's still dirty, but he had a reason for it, unlike the dude that got first. It's just annoying when people do this. So, thankfully, I still managed to get third. I didn't get any penalties into the race. So, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video, which I'll probably be doing this race here, if it's interesting enough. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.